Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on this very channel. We are still on the same topic, probability, and in today's tutorial we want to look at how we can find the probability from a frequency distribution table. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, can you subscribe for me? So let's get started. To find the probability from a frequency distribution table such as this, all what we have to do is to find the frequency of that event all over the total frequency, and then you are good to go. Very easy, and as easy as ABCD. So in looking at that, we are going to look at this particular example here, which reads: consider the frequency distribution table for the ages of students in a class. So these are the ages of students in a particular class, and these are the frequencies that corresponds to the ages of students in the class. So from the table, we can see that within the class, there are two students who are 11 years old. We have only one student who is 12 years old. We have two students who are 14 years old. We also have five students who are 17 years old. Our task is to find the probability that a student selected at random from the class is 14 years old, is less than 14 years old, greater than 14 years old, between 15 and 17 years old. So with this, we are just going to apply the frequency of the event all over the total frequency to help us find the probabilities of these events. So let's start with the first one. Since we'll be looking at the total frequencies, we have to first sum all of the frequencies together. So we have the total frequency will be given us. When we sum all of this, we are going to get what? 20. So the first one, we have 14 years. So we have probability of picking a 14-year student from the class will be given us frequency of the event. So the event is what? 14 years. That's the event. The occurrence with which our interest is attached. Our interest is to pick a student from the class who is 14 years old. Therefore, the event becomes 14 years old. Then we pick the corresponding frequency of the event. That is what? 2. So we have 2 all over the total frequency. The total frequency we had what? 20. So we have all over 20. We can simplify further. So we have 1 all over what? 10. As easy as that. You can convert it to decimal to get 0.1. Now let's look at the next one. Less than 14 years old. So probability of picking a student from the class who is less than 14 years. So with that, this is 14 years. We want to pick a student from the class who is less than 14 years. So less than 14 years means we are going to look at 11 years, 12 years, 13 years. Because 11, 12, 13 years are less than 14 years. So we are going to add their corresponding frequency. So we have 2 plus 1 plus 1. All over the total frequencies, we have 20. This will give us 4 all over 20. And finally, we have what? 1 all over 5. As easy as that. Let's look at the third one. Probability of selecting a student from the class who is greater than 16 years old. So probability of picking a student from the class who is what? Greater than 16 years old. So this is 16 years old, greater than 16 years or bigger than 16 years old. So it means that we are going to look at 17, 18, 19. All of these are bigger than 16 years old. So we are going to add the corresponding frequency. So we have 5 plus 3 making 8 plus 1, making 9. So 9 all over the total frequency. Very, very easy. Solving questions on frequency distribution table is very, very easy. Then we have the last one to be between 15 and then 17 years old. So we have the last one. So probability of students selected who is between 15 and then 17 years old. So between 15, so this is 15 years and then 17 years. In between 15 and 17 years, we have what? 16. So we are going to take the corresponding frequency of what? 16. And that's going to be 2 all over what? The total frequency, which is what? 20. We can simplify it to obtain what? 1 all over 10. As easy as that. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.